Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to Archer+alex. My name is Alex. I am the owner and lead soap maker here. And today we're making sea salt soap. So we're getting into spring, early spring, and I'm super excited about making sea salt soap. So I've not made sea salt soap since maybe July or August of 2023. So this is a little bit of fun for me. Today we're making Swell Sea Salt Soap. This soap has like really nice, clean, oceanic fragrances with jasmine, and then you have some like fruity tropical notes in there as well. So if you're excited to see how I make sea salt soap, make sure you keep on watching and we're gonna get right into it. Alrighty, so we are in the process of making a brand new sea salt soap. This particular soap we are calling Swell, like swell of waves. And I'm super excited because I've not made sea salt soap since probably last August or so, or before then. And it was for the Hazy Chit Chat video, which like I'll link. I think the cards are right here. Yeah. So that'll happen. We have a new sea salt soap recipe. So in my container here, I have coconut oil along with olive oil and castor oil. We're using about 80% coconut oil because with sea salt soap, what happens is when you add the sea salt in, it tends to kill the lather. So we need something that's going to have a high lather and high conditioning or high cleansing properties. So we use a majority of coconut oil. So that's happening there. We're also going to be adding some citric acid to our lye water solution. This is going to do a couple things for us. So the citric acid, when added to our lye solution, we've added in what's called a buffer already. So we've added a little bit more sodium hydroxide to be able to consume the citric acid. So the byproduct is going to be called sodium citrate. And what it's going to do is it's going to give it less of like that like grippy, kind of like scummy feel, which doesn't feel very good with the sea salt soap because it's exfoliating. So you don't want something like pulling and dragging on your skin while you're trying to exfoliate with it. But also it's going to help bump up our bubbles. So that is kind of the intent behind that. So our oils are still pretty hot. We're at 157.9 degrees. Our lye solution's room temperature in this room, it's about 68 degrees. So we're going to do a few things for our soap oils to start getting this process underway. First, we're going to add in our lovely and delicious coconut milk powder. So that's about 1.5 tablespoons there. And then I'm going to add in about the same, just a little scoop of kaolin clay. So kaolin clay is going to help retain the scent in the bar, or fragrance oil, but it's also going to act as kind of like a micro polisher and micro buffer. So it just makes the soap feel even better on the skin. All right, so we got that. The next thing that we're adding in, since we don't have a lot of working time with sea salt soap, we're going to add in our colorant at this stage as well. So this colorant, I'm going to scoop some out so you can see it, is a blend of Tahetian Teal and Stormy Blue Mica. Go ahead and add that in. So we're gonna get like a really nice like turquoisey teal color. And then we're going to be able to start blending that up. But before that happens, I want to mix our citric acid into our lye water solution. So we're going to add that in. And then with our stick blender, just give that a few blitzes. Okay. So our fragrance today is a custom blend. It is a mixture of Sea Salt and Lily by Brambleberry, and then also Sel De Mer by Crafter's Choice, or not Crafter's Choice, by Candle Science. Let me give this a few blitzes just to get everything incorporated. Okay. So you can already see that mica and how it's incorporating. And it's a pretty color. This is going to be exactly what I want it to be. We're at 141 degrees. I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'll be right back and we can start adding in our lye water solution, and then we'll be able to add in our sea salt as well and get these put in our square molds. Alrighty, so we are in a good spot. I'm gonna pull this towards me since I'm kind of on a shorter leash today, since my power strip that I usually keep up here to plug my stick blender in is missing. Well, it's not missing. It just shot out, so I have to get a new one. I haven't yet. So I'm kind of on a shorter leash today. Alright, so we're gonna add in our lye water solution. I made this earlier this morning. Alright, so I'm just going to blend this right to emulsion. Alright. That is perfect. I'm going to go in with my whisk and just make sure that we're right where we want to be. And we are. Alright, so now I'm going to add my fragrance oil in, and we are going to hand mix that. Alright, now we're going to add in our sea salt. And now we're cooking with gas, so we gotta start getting this mixed in and into the molds before disaster sets in. Which I think we're gonna be good today. Alright. So sea salt molds for us are the Crafter's Choice 1605 mold. Fill them up to the tippy top. When I'm making sea salt soaps, I like to do about a 25% salt concentration to our soap oils, or batch oils, my bad. Because like I still want there to be like a decent amount of soap to the bars and it not just be super salty, because it starts to get kind of painful at that point. And then that also gives us a little bit more working time when we're going to get these in the mold. So as you can see, it's already really starting to move along, and that's just kind of the characteristics of sea salt soap. But I think we're gonna get everybody in the mold. Before we hit the danger zone. Yes. All right. I'm really excited about making sea salt soaps again. Like I said, it's been since summer last year before I moved. And to me, sea salt soaps are like, I mean, they're year-round soaps for us here, but for me, I really love using them like early spring through summer, especially as I'm getting into fall. That's when I personally like to use them. But you guys, our customers, really love these soaps. So I'm going to do better about keeping them in stock. Right, so I'm going to pat these down real quick. All right. I really love this color too. It's kind of like, I mean, it's going to, I think, change a little bit as it saponifies, just because this does have, like blues tend to go a little gross. It's like when I'm seeing on the viewfinder, it's a nice like dark teal. In person, it's a little bit more of like a, I would say almost like a patinaed copper. So that kind of like greenish blue. It's not bad at all. I really actually like it. So now what I'm doing is cleaning up the mold. So we have less cleanup to do on the back end of this. Ooh, and these smell amazing. So the pairing of these fragrances, because I like the fragrances as they are by themselves, but whenever you mix them, you get all of these other notes, and it's just like a really beautiful pairing with these two fragrances. Very spa-like. So now that I have these cleaned up, we are going to spray them down with a generous amount of isopropyl. That way we can limit the soda ash on them. Because these are sea salt soaps, it's a little bit more difficult to steam them after, because like the salt will just keep making the bars ashy anyway. So giving them a nice like generous spray down with isopropyl is going to help keep away any soda ash and keep these bars looking gorgeous for us. And I'm going to let these sit for 18 to 24 hours before we unmold. In all honesty, because there is such a high amount of sea salt in these bars, we really won't have to wait that long. But we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, let them do their thing. And once they're ready to go, we'll be able to pop them out and give everyone a closer look at these bars. Alrighty, so we are back probably about 16 hours later, not the full 18 or 24, and it is time to unmold the Swell Sea Salt Soaps. So, already kind of tested to make sure that they were going to pull away from the mold well. And let's see. There we go. And that's what a bar of swell looks like. It smells really, really good. I was kind of worried that the jasmine in here would be really, really pungent, but mixing it with Sel De Mer and adding a little bit of like a wood note to it, it's really, really beautiful. I'm a big fan of this one. Definitely kind of getting those like spa vibes. And the color turned out really great too. It was looking a little dark and stormy there for a minute. And that's just the testament of like, just trust in the process. So really kind of shifted and turned out for the better, I'd say. And I'm gonna have to snag one of these bars for myself to try. This is the first time that I've used citric acid in a soap. And I've been doing some research, and I think citric acid in our sea salt soaps are going to really kind of just improve the quality and the experience. That way you don't get that like soap scummy dragging feel on your skin. And it's supposed to help enhance the lather. So I can't wait to let these cure up and give one a shot. And I mean, and these show also the testament of like, when you go to spray your bars down with isopropyl, like really spray them down. You gotta do it with intent. Because I'm not noticing, maybe besides this one, a little bit over on this side, any soda ash. And for future batches, I'll have to make sure that the salt gets better incorporated. These bars that I'm unmolding now have a little bit more salt in them, it looks like. Not much, but I like consistency. So in future batches of this one, gonna make sure that really get the sea salt incorporated. And who knows, I've actually thought about this one too, possibly adding a botanical to this. So maybe some like jasmine tea or some like nori, which is like seaweed strips. Kind of really give this like a sea salt soap vibe of, like, we're calling it Swell. Might as well have some like ocean elements in there and really go the distance with this bar. So you guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments if you like the sea salt soap as it is, or if I should add some like jasmine tea on this side. So you would have like the normal side, and then you'd have like jasmine tea or the seaweed over on this side. Last one. Maybe it'll focus for us. There we go. Alrighty. And move this out of the way. I can bring these all up for everyone to see. So that is how we make sea salt, or how we make our Swell Sea Salt Soap. And that is how we make Swell Sea Salt Soap. So this is how the soap looks. Look how awesome that color is. It's like a really kind of cool, like almost like a Byzantine blue. But I'm super excited for it. Swell Sea Salt Soap will be launching with our spring release. So we're looking at about maybe April 3rd or so. We will have this launched live on the archer+alex website, which you can find at archer+alex.shop. So if you enjoyed hanging out with me today, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a little thumbs up if you can. Hit the notification bell if you'd like to join the Brat Pack and get notifications anytime that we post a video. So until next time, doodles.